I respect women a lot. Yeah. But the respect I have for women tripled when I was opportune to sit with my wife in the labor room. And she pushed my son from 12 p.m. to 12 noon the next day.
Jesus.
Yeah. And after that experience, I say it in almost all events I attend and I'm opportune to MC, that at least once in your life, every man should visit the labor room.
Yes.
Even if your wife is not there, even if you're not married, just pass the window of the labor room.
Absolutely.
It will help you to respect mothers. Most importantly, your mother. And every mother you see.
Right.
So let me start from where life comes into the world first.
Hey guys, so welcome to another wonderful episode of Real-ish Podcast. My name is Happiness Eric, and today we are discussing modern day parenting. And joining me in this conversation right here in the studio are two amazing guests. And we're starting the introduction from my close left, and they say ladies first. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, meet Ojia Victoria Obuche, CEO Vima Glide Limited. You're welcome to Real-ish Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
And to our very gentleman sitting at my far left is this is a veteran comedian in Abuja, one of the biggest comedians we have here in Abuja. And without him in Abuja, if you are new, you will get lost because you will not know the difference between Galadima and Galadimawa. Ladies and gentlemen, Abuja tour guide, the one that, what do you usually say again?
Okay.
He introduced himself.
It's just MC Miti, your favorite Abuja tour guy.
Yes, your favorite Abuja tour guide. Yes, that's the word.
Yeah.
You're welcome to Real-ish Podcast.
Thank you very much for having me.
How are you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm good.
Obviously.
I'm fine. I'm bless God.
I like your outfit.
Thank you.
So,
It's TJ Bakri.
you're giving
Oh,
doing
sorry.
free
Sorry,
publicity.
it's not TJ Bakri.
No, it's okay. All right, so welcome to Real-ish Podcast once again. And today, like I said, we're discussing modern day parenting.
Yeah.
Obviously, the two of you are parents, and you're young parents. That's the most important and interesting thing right here. And I would say, like I said, I would refer to the two of you as millennial parents.
Yes.
So that is way different from how we grew up, or what do they call that generation again that raised us? I can't remember. I can't remember, guys. Pardon me.
Okay.
But then again, we're talking about modern day parenting. How is parenting generally for you guys? How is the experience like? Is it stressful? Is it interesting? Just tell me, talk about, let's know what your experience is like. I'll start with you.
Okay, so far, parenting has been a different ball game.
Oh.
Yes, when I was way younger and my parents will correct me or do things, I'll be like, oh, I can't wait to just have my own family and be out of this house. Now I wish I am out of my own family and be somewhere else. I just rest for a minute because it is a whole different. Now I appreciate my parents more. I see so many things that they've done. I'm like, so parenting, it's not as easy as people see it until you're wearing the shoe. But it is a beautiful experience.
Right. What about you, MC Miti?
Let me just start from the last thing she said. Is a beautiful experience. Parenting is an amazing experience. Let me begin by saying that I respect women a lot. Yeah. But the respect I have for women tripled when I was opportune to sit with my wife in the labor room. And she pushed my son from 12 p.m. to 12 noon the next day.
Jesus.
Yeah. And after that experience, I say it in almost all events I attend and I'm opportune to MC, that at least once in your life, every man should visit the labor room.
Yes.
Even if your wife is not there, even if you're not married, just pass the window of the labor room.
Absolutely.
It will help you to respect mothers. Most importantly, your mother. And every mother you see.
Right.
So let me start from where life comes into the world first, because that's where parenting starts.
Yeah,
it's not
absolutely.
just getting married.
Absolutely.
So I think parenting it's a job that should be done at young age. Yeah.
Okay.
It's something that everyone should do when you're young, because it takes a lot from you. Mentally, financially, it takes a lot from you to be a parent. So it's while it's an amazing experience, it's a very stressful job that you need to do when you have the strength. I'm a Christian, so you permit me in this podcast to use scripture.
Yes.
Bible says,
Hallelujah.
let us walk the work of God while it is day, for night
Yes.
cometh when no man can walk. That
Yes,
work of God,
absolutely.
one of that work of God is
It's
parenting.
parenting.
True.
I agree.
True. Okay, so you talked about the stress that comes with labor, delivery, and all of that stuff. Would you say that when your child does something wrong, because sometimes
I feel like I know what you want to ask.
sometimes when between the mom and the dad, when the child does something wrong, and maybe the mom scolds the child, some of these child, they can be very political. Some of these children, they can be very political, so they'll run to the dad to see what the dad will say, or to see the reaction of the dad. So some fathers would kind of like take sides and caution the mom not to touch the child, but
And vice versa.
vice versa, yeah. So what do you have to say when your child does something wrong or disobeys the mother?
I think as parents, if there's something that I would use my family as an example. My husband and I came to an agreement way before we had our children that we would always be on the same page. Even if, permit me to say, even if he's wrong, me and my husband will stand by that wrong. And trust me, we know too well to be on the wrong side when it comes to our children. So my son now, he knows that there's no team for him. If he does something and I scold him or I spank him even, and he goes, "Ma, daddy," and my husband was like, what is it? Go and apologize to your mother. And he's shocked because that's not the reaction he was expecting.
Yeah.
And then whenever my husband is dealing with them, I will not lie. You see that labor, that
You
pain,
feel the emotion.
you see that cry. I cried in the labor ward. I feel it. I will not lie, but I will be pressing my phone. He will be all right. The father will not kill him. So it is good if you want to have if you want your children to take you seriously, if you want them to respect the authority of the house, you must learn to take side with your husband when it comes to your kids, and your husband must also learn to respect your decision when it comes to them. If I do something or if I go overboard, my husband just takes notes, and then later when we're together, he tells me, "You too now. This boy is a small boy. How old is he?" He tells me that a lot, and I tell him like, "Babe, don't be angry. I will not defend him and say I was the one that actually asked him to do this, but never in front of my children." Never in front of them, so they know, they've already understood the fact that mommy and daddy, these two babies, like, they're wicked together. It's like they came to this world to frustrate us, So it is good if you want the authority to remain in your house. It is good for both parents to be on the same page. Once you start showing a child that there's an escape route for them, even when they are wrong, the day will come, you'd regret it. Because they will look down on you, they will never respect you, and they will disgrace you. Yes, they will disgrace you. But when they know that either mommy or daddy, and everybody's always available to, put them on the right path, it helps them to still sit upright, because there's no escape route. What I even do sometimes, after I correct my child, when my husband comes, I will still put sugar, so that it look as if I've not even done anything. My husband like, "Andre, where are you?" And he's shaking and shivering. It's very good. It gives your husband that, or your child knows that, daddy is the head of this family. Yes.
Now, talking about dad being the head of the family, I've seen videos. Now, I'm asking you, being a father right now, I need you to give me that answer from a father's perspective.
Okay.
I've seen videos where, I've seen videos where single mothers, there was a video I saw on social media where they had to make a disparity between kids that are raised by single mothers and kids that are raised with the father. So kids usually do not respect just the mothers. Like when you speak, you shout, you talk, they don't see you, like they don't see you finish. Let me just use the word. But when the father figure comes in, there's a fear. There's this fear that comes in when they say, "I'm going to tell your daddy that you did this." When your daddy comes, I'm going to tell him that you did this. Is it like that with you, or is it vice versa? Because to be honest with you, when I was growing up, I would not lie to you, I used to be more scared of my mom than my dad. But I'm seeing videos now, and because my dad is not, my mom is the one that will beat. but my dad would just scold you. But you would prefer my dad to flog you than my mom to. But because the beating, I'm always scared of that beating. But I want to know, is it like that from you as a father? Now I need you to give me the answer from the father's perspective.
Like I said earlier, the Bible is my
guiding light.
Yes. Yeah. Bible says train up a child in the way he should go. It did not say father train up a child, mother train up a child. So when I see that thing about father figure, mother figure, I just feel personally, I just feel it's a doctrine that people had, created for themselves.
Okay.
If training up a child in the way he should go is a father's thing, the Bible will say, parents, train up a child in the way he should go with the father figure in it.
Should have
So that, yes. But that thing is open to train up a child in the way he should go. Yeah. So if the mother is available to train up the child, train up that child in the way that child should go. The father alone is available to train that child. Train that child in the way that child should go. So that when that child grows, he will not depart from it. He will not depart from the training the father gave or the training the mother gave. So that it doesn't become an escape route for any single mother to say, I wish I had my husband around, or the single father to say, I wish your mom was around. No,
that's not an excuse.
The fact that God brings that gift to you, God doesn't give you any gift that will destroy you or that you will destroy. Because every child that comes into this life is coming to fulfill a purpose. So if God knows that child is going to come into a single home, God already knows that single home has what it takes to bring that child up.
Yes.
Because there are many people praying for children. Why would God not give them? Why would God give you? Even if you got that child out of rape, God knows that something is going to come out from that child. That's why, because God can close that place.
Exactly.
Yes, God can make that not to work. But it worked. So for every child that comes into this life, there is a reason, there is a destiny, and that part which that child came through. I mean, I'm talking about the parents now, whether single or together, there is something that they have that child needs. So personally, in my own home, I don't see it as a father thing. I told my wife before I married her that I'm not looking for a better half. I'm looking for a woman that is complete on her own, because I'm complete on my own by the grace of God.
Hallelujah.
We come together and we make a family.
Yes.
We make our mistakes, we do our thing. If I'm not around, you should be the husband,
be the mother,
be everything. And you're not around, I cook, I do everything that my wife. The only thing I don't do that my wife is breastfeed the child and probably give birth to children. But I do everything. I clean. I've traveled. My son was, I think, a year old or so. Or I traveled with him we traveled together. And I took care of him. I was doing the pap and everything. We traveled.
Wow.
So what I'm saying, it's not like I'm the best dad. I'm just saying that anything is possible. You can get married today, and with all the love, I love you, as you are coming out from honeymoon, the man gets an accident and dies, and you're already carrying a seed. How do you just step in immediately and become the father and the mother. So anything is possible. While we are praying for long life, anything is possible. So get ready. You that you are also sitting at home doing nothing, you're not working, doing anything. What if the man dies? Let's not go there. Let's just go.
Anyways, now I want to talk about how the society is also part of raising the kids now, because to be honest with you, in those days when we're growing up, we'll have people around who they can actually correct you, and our parents will not say anything. I could remember one particular one highlight when I was growing up. There's this man. He's my teacher. He's my lesson teacher. So he comes around. He's a Cameroonian man. So he teaches math and other subjects, but maths basically.
Yes.
But I don't get head for maths, even with that. Anyways, so he comes around. He's like my dad's friend.
Okay.
So when he came, I was sweeping in the house, and then it just occurred to me to say, okay, let me wait for this man to finish.
You just kept sweeping.
I just kept sweeping, and I wanted to sweep his leg. This man just gave me a very heavy knock. And my dad was sitting down there. My dad was just sitting down there, and he was looking. My reaction, I was expecting my dad to say something.
To come in your defense.
Yes, but he didn't say anything. He just kept quiet, like, Of course, he knew what I was doing was wrong, and anybody could correct me. Now, I don't think we have that right now in the society. We are in a society where if I give birth to a child, and you as my neighbor or something, and you are seeing my child go wrong or do something wrong, and you correct that child, and that child runs back to me and say, "Mommy, Auntie A beats me." Most parents will not ask, "What did you do?" They just go ahead and say, "Oh, why did you touch my child? What happened? Why did you touch my child?" Do you think the way we raise children these days, in terms of society stepping in, it's the right way?
Okay, so I love this question because my husband and I recently had this discussion. He was like, times are so bad. He remembered many years ago, Christmas time, that they will go around the whole nation because it's Christmas Day, move from house to house, even houses they don't know, and so like, how are you? And they'll give them money, and they will travel miles and then come back safe. Nothing will happen. If they even go missing, somebody say, "Which area are you living? Describe," and the person will make sure that they help them get back home. Yeah. But you and I would agree that such times are way behind us right now, because something happened recently. Some students, these are grown-up students I'm talking about, because my girl, my girl is on I actually put my girl in a polytechnic. Yes, because she loves education and I didn't want her dreams to die because she's working for me. She's now sweet. Family. Yes. So in her school, and a grown-up girl was, I don't know what happened, one thing led to another. These people just use, I don't know if it's voodoo or something, and she went inside, started collecting people's phone. "Please let me make call with your phone. Please let me make call with your phone." And then she will come and give it to these people outside. Wow. And all that. Yes, this is a grown-up person, and these are just random people like me and you that did that to her. So we live in a perilous time. Even the Bible has recorded these moments. So times have changed. The things that worked many years ago might not work in this time because of the kind of people we have, the mentality, the training that some of us have had growing up. Things have really changed. You have to put all that into consideration before you want to do exactly or replicate the things that happened many years ago. I, for one, I don't let anybody beat my children. Please. Why? Don't. No, because people are just outrightly wicked. Yes. I don't joke with my kids. I don't joke with them.
So you're saying the pattern of correcting kids now is different from the way back where
you can even correct. You can, yes, it's different. It's different. In those days, they correct with love. They correct with the intention because they want you to be better.
Yeah,
I've seen situations. I don't want to mention names. So somebody was corrected. A child and did something wrong in school, and yes, we know she's done something wrong. You've corrected her. Let it go. But no, that teacher constantly frustrated that child because of that mistake, and the child hated the class. So you see, it doesn't happen like the way it used to. Those days, they will beat you and still call you and say, "Come and take this food, Jerry." But now, a teacher will correct a child or dislike a particular child and start showing that child that, "You see that thing you did last time, you see that thing you did last year." It's still lingering on. So I, for one, I do not want people to correct my child, but I beat them. I correct them. If you tell me this child did this, in your presence, you will see that I'll take the right action. My girls, for instance, they correct my children. Why? Because I've grown a relationship with them, and I know that their intention towards them is pure.
Genuine.
If you see my girl when she's correcting my child, you will not know that I don't even know her village, because I know her. I know that she loves them.
You can trust your kids.
I can trust her. Yes, I can trust my kids around her. She's earned that place in our lives. So I'm not saying that we should allow children to be spoiled, or we should not correct them or no, but just allowing the public will confuse you. Yes, the public will confuse you. Look at what's happening in the internet. Somebody does something and the world criticize them. Another person does the same thing and like, well done, right on. The internet is just full of people who don't use their brain to think. Pardon me. So you cannot just push your children and allow everybody to be correcting them. Most people will be correcting them out of their selfish interest, out of their view, out of their perspective. And my pastor will always say, perception is like wearing a dark shade in a room. No matter how bright in that room is, your perception of viewing something has already been flawed. So a lot of people's perception of life, child upbringing and everything has been flawed. You cannot allow those people who already have a flawed perception to be correcting your child and tossing them here and there. They will do things to your children that you don't. Even people who is beating your child and you think this brother, I love my children, is very good uncle. You don't know that after beating them in your presence, he will go behind and manipulate them and molest them. So you must be careful allowing the public to just life has changed. Yes.
So Miti, do you agree with what she said?
Yeah, we learn every day. I would have not if I had not listened enough, I might just say no, I don't agree, but extensively I think I concur with what she's saying, because I think every parent has what you want to bring out from your child.
Right.
You have like a pattern you've drawn in your head. You want to train. Yes, a vision. So I think I agree, because some people might just correct them outside the vision. Because I know one woman like that told me that she likes her children to talk. She loves to hear her children talk. She wants them to be loud because of the experience she had somewhere she was staying. So she doesn't, in fact, if the children keeps quiet, maybe they're not playing, they're not everywhere, she feels something is wrong. Because I think she's traumatized by that experience. So she feels that when the children talk, they will be able to express themselves. Yes, maybe anything happens to them in school, they'll be able to express themselves. Now, imagine me now trying to correct the children. You're talking too much. I would not be in line with the father and the mother's training. So I think I understand and I agree with her. Yeah.
Okay, now let's talk about bullying in school. Bullying, basically, I think for me, it comes with how you're being raised at home. That's how I see it.
Yes.
I don't know about you guys. So I feel like if you're a kid in school and you want to bully other kids, you've seen probably your parents. That's like the pattern you've seen in your house, in your home, and then you bring it to school. Now, see the case of the lady that slapped the kid that slapped the other lady.
Viral, yeah.
That people said it's because of a guy or because of a boyfriend situation or whatever it is. I don't know. And the reaction of the girl that was being slapped was commendable. So chilled. Would you say that's commendable? Because me, as I am like this, I will not raise my kids to be
exactly.
I will not raise my kids to be.
Now you understand what I was saying when I said that woman said she doesn't want the child to be quiet.
Exactly.
I commended her when I watched the video.
Really?
But I know that cannot be my child.
Exactly.
Because my son will come home and say, "Mommy, this person," they're like, but because I like, as a Christian, you must let, like what he said, allow yourself to be guided by the laws of the Bible. I believe in the Bible, and that is my guiding light. As a Christian, I will ask him, what did you do? What happened? I will break the matter and try to understand. At times, I will go as far as calling the teacher to confirm, to corroborate what my son is telling me. Then I will not decide on which reaction to give him. Now, let me give you an instance. So my son comes and like, this person beats this. I know that this particular child is a bully and he's fond of all those kind of things. I'm like, if this child beats you again and you come home to tell me, I will break your head. He was crying like, when he blow, you give him you punch him. Don't come home and cry for me. And he said, okay. So they called me one day. What happened? My dear son has punched a girl. I was like, because he knows the rule in my house.
Yes.
You don't beat a woman. I'm like, have you seen your daddy beat me before? No. So you don't beat a woman. Yeah. So they see it as sacred. Like, hey, I beat a woman. Like, mommy, but you said I should punch her. I was weak.
Do you know why I said what
I
I
was weak. And then I started regretting that. I would have not told him to actually, but that's because I said, if somebody, you retaliate. No, he said, but she beat me first.
But that's just being defensive.
Yes, but
I won't find that offensive. But if you come for me and I retaliate, that's me being defensive. Because have you asked him if that girl came back to him again after that incident?
I've not asked, but I don't want my son to be that kind of person regardless of the situation.
No one is saying, okay, now let me paint another scenario. You know, it's more difficult. As women, we are more emotional. I don't know about men, how they can handle this situation.
Honestly.
Sylvester's case is one of the most painful cases today that I sit
Yes.
down and I get so pissed. And you know, considering the fact that we're in a country where there's no law, or maybe the laws are not,
there are laws, they are not being enacted. They are not being acted.
I will not raise my kid for any reason whatsoever. For anybody, you did not raise your kids well, I will do my best. Like they say, raising of kids is like you asking God for wisdom, right? You do your best and you leave the rest for God. So what you do is ask God for wisdom and direction on how to raise your kids. But I will not put in that so much effort to raise my kids. And you, whose home is already broken, who cannot put your kids together, you're coming to your kids are coming to bully my kids to the point of death.
I think
I
agree with you that
yes, the body was surplus.
Look at my face. But I've cheated a lot.
I agree with you that bullying costs us from the house.
It does.
Like I said, I give glory to God because there's a short clip I think was cut out from a movie, and this man was in the law. I think they were asking him, "Oh, why did this happen? I thought God loved us." I've not watched the movie, but that particular clip caught me. The man said, "We claim that we love, and then God brings people for us to love, but we don't love them. We claim that we can handle pain, and then God makes somebody breaks our hearts, and we cannot handle pain. We claim that we help people, and then God brings beggars to us, but we cannot help them." So with that, I'm trying to explain that I usually use myself as an example. I feel like God has brought us to this world in our own very little way. It doesn't have to be big and elaborate to be impactful in the next generation. So, and when people see me and my girl, they're like, "Yeah, lucky is because she's..." No, I've had terrible house girls. Yes, I've had the ones that stole our money. In fact, my husband was mad, and she just let her go. I've had in fact series of experience with girls, but it wouldn't change who I am or giving the next person opportunity. So when this person comes, then my son was beginning to understand what life was. Was going left from right. Till today, he doesn't know that Esther is not a part of us.
Wow.
Yeah, he sees her, he calls her auntie. He dares not disrespect her because I'm not training my house girl, I'm training my son.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Even if she pisses me off, I'll call her and advise her. I mean, for starters, this girl is not even a child. This is somebody that's above 20 years old. So you should even learn to handle situations like that.
Yeah.
And I like the impact I'm making in my son's life, even better than the one I'm making in Esther's life. Because he knows what love is. He knows what compassion is. He's learning. So he respects her. And I have friends that when you go to their house and you see the way they talk to their mates, even me that is an adult, I'm irritated. I want to leave that kind of toxic environment. Yes, I'm not happy. And their children are like, "Come here, you goats." And before you know, the story say, "Goats, come." That's how it starts.
Honestly.
That's how it starts. You are happy, you're laughing. But you're training a moron. He will grow up, he will not have value for women. I've detached my son from mingling with that kind of child. Like, let them come now, let them come and do it together. Okay, see, honestly, I'm saying this live. I will lie. I will try and just say something to just make her feel like my children cannot come. We're very occupied. And I really love them to be together. It's a lie. I don't want bad influence. I'm training. There's something I'm doing right here. I don't want it to be ruined. So any child that behaves in a certain way, trust me, they're seeing it from the house. They're learning from their parents.
Right.
Children learn better from what they see than what you ask them to do.
True.
So it's very important for parents to behave better. And when God brings somebody for you to as an opportunity for you to even train your child better off with by the way you treat them, you think it's an avenue for you to, you have seen somebody for you to come and maltreat. But you don't know that you're ruining your children's life. They grow up, they are rude. And one day they'll be rude to you.
True.
To hurt you.
True.
Like, why did you, it is you. It is you.
Okay, so, this is a lot. This is a lot. I want us to also talk about what we see on social media from parents. MC, miti. This is directly to you.
Okay.
I've seen videos where God, a child is drinking beer in a party environment. I will give different scenarios. I have about 3 scenarios in my head that I want to paint right now. I've seen a video one where a child is drinking beer in a party environment, and they're adults. They're filming this child, and the child is holding this beer. I don't even know. It's a green bottle, but I don't know what the content is. Obviously, that is beer. How do you expose this child, a child of 2, 3, a toddler, to alcohol?
So that level of responsibility.
Secondly, I am going to call out a name here now, because when I saw that this thing, I think is about a few months ago, but I will still say it. You see Davido's former lawyer. I can't remember his name. I just wish I remember his name. There was a very disturbing video I saw on social media where this guy was taking shisha, and the son was sitting in front of him. The son was the one that was holding the shisha. The son would put the shisha in his mouth. He would drag it and puff the smoke in the son's face. And he was videoing it on social media. Then thirdly, was another video where there is this guy that started posting his child for as adult content.
Yes.
That is Sarah.
Content. Yes, Sarah.
He posted this
She
child.
was 3 or 4 years old.
That child is 3. He would take the child to club. He would wear her bikini.
Yes.
He would wear her handbag and shoes. Ask her to, he used her for adult content.
Yes.
And he would post it on social media. Even when people were saying what you're doing is wrong, and that is where society, being part of you raising your kids comes in. When people were drawing his attention to his actions, like, what you're doing is wrong. You don't do that. He was like, if his child grows, I went to his comments. I took my time. I went to his story. I went to his page. He was still justifying what he's doing. And now that is where age comes in. I don't know if it's safe to say, raising, you spoke about
Early.
Giving birth early or raising kids early, or maybe, I don't know. This boy, for me, I feel like he's still a child.
Young at heart.
He's still not, old enough to understand that. No, he's not old enough to understand how to take care of himself.
You're
first
very
of all.
emotional about this topic.
Because this, I'm scared for the next generation and what we're going to see.
Face.
And I'm scared for me as a person who will raise my kids into this kind of society.
Wow.
I just want to know what you think about this whole
irresponsible parents.
What about the ones that those girls will wear a child, this frontal wig? You carry a child that is about a year plus, and then you put them in your front and place a frontal wig with on their head.
You know the truth is that this irresponsibility is not just starting now. They were co-parents with our parents that were very responsible. It's just that we are now seeing it because of social media. Yes. There were some that were very responsible.
Absolutely.
How do you explain a man gets drunk around 5 a.m. in the morning and is falling into gutter and his children are helping him out? We know all those stories.
Yes.
So it's not like we've just seen more of it now. Because our phone is in our hand and we just open it seconds. And people are trying to go viral. So videos are just coming up and we're just seeing these things. So it's been there. It's just been there. I think this is where we'll start talking about the law. There are some issues that you just raised now that we should not be talking about. It's the law that should be talking about them. You try this thing in some countries, you will not even be done with the video
before you're picked up.
Yes, before there will be a knock at the door.
Child will be taken away from you.
Yes, straight up. But now, if I don't even know if there's anything like
the law is not protecting the child.
I don't know if there's child care in these countries. I don't know because if we have what's all these imaginary children, what are they doing on the street? How do you explain that you see a very beautiful child? There was this child I saw in Kogi State. Jesus, that child, a boy and a girl, begging. The girl was beautiful. The guy was small children.
That begging will expose
and
them.
Not like they were begging, like they are new to it.
So they professional.
Yes, they were dragging me. They were,
like they were
it's something that said, So I said, if child support, all those things are working, these parents will not have these children now. How do you explain a woman goes? There was one I accosted on one pedestrian bridge, I was telling her, how do you bring up children that are not up to 6 months and you put them under the sun and you're begging?
Under the cold,
I made a video. Do you know when I posted the video, somebody came to the comment section and said that woman, not has been. If it has been, it would have been better. Said that the children that woman was carrying are not her children. She rents those children for begging.
So those things in the movie are real?
If I was still doubting it, then the guy now sent me a video. I don't know if I still have that video in this phone. Sent me a video of when he himself had gone to hold that woman because she rents them every day. Different children. They've caught her in Nyanya. In fact, it was that video that moved me to this Abuja thing. It was part of the thing that moved me to this Abuja thing I'm doing right now. They've caught her in Nyanya. They've caught her in Lube. I met her in this place. Somebody gave me a video of her in Kubwa NMPC pedestrian bridge. So if our law is actually working.
Something. Is there a coordinated organization that rents these kids out?
Of course, if she's getting them, that means they are now. So what I'm saying is that,
how do you give birth to a child?
And this is Abuja, this is not the state too. This is Abuja where So if the law is working, there are some people that should not have children. See, age doesn't necessarily mean you should have children. Yeah, you can grow old and die single.
Yes.
Do you understand? It takes a high level of responsibility. That I said you should do it on time doesn't mean you should do it when you are still foolish. Yeah, because
fools grow old too.
No. You know what I'm saying? No, I said when you're still foolish, because all of us came into this world foolish. Bible says there is foolishness in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction drives it away. So every one of us came in foolish. Then after some time with the rod of correction, we now grew wise. But there are some people that remain foolish till they die. So those people are not what they have not gained the right of becoming parents. Because they will transfer that foolishness. So those are the people that
is already coming foolish.
Yes, those foolish people that have mistakenly become parents are the people that the law should catch up with. Like what you just said now, their law we should not be talking about them in podcast. It's the prison and the court that should be talking about them.
Exactly, I agree.
Unfortunately, we don't have that in Nigeria. I'm sorry.
We do. But I think we should just put more effort.
Who are the people that are supposed to put the effort?
Their organization, their bodies that are in charge of all these things.
Anyways, to round this up, I want us to talk about exposing kids to social media. That's another aspect. At what age? I'm going to ask you, MC. Let me start with him.
Yes, of course.
When did you? How old is your kid?
Is 3 years.
Okay. So
plus.
he's not. At what age do you plan to expose him to social media, or do you plan to get him a phone?
Because they will expose themselves.
Okay.
Eventually.
Expose him to social media. My child is already on social media.
Okay.
Get him a phone. Maybe. Get him a phone that he will be using.
To have access.
Yes. He already has a phone.
Okay.
He already has 2 phones. You see, I want my child to be more awake than I am.
Yeah.
Social media is very good. Extremely good. In fact, if we harness what is in social media, it will quickly drive away poverty than what the government can do.
How?
I know what I'm saying.
How?
There is a lot of genuine clean money
Opportunities
on social media.
How I agree with you.
It depends on how you use it. There are a lot of things, and I want to expose my child to the positivity of social media because I am paying his bills from it. I have never worked for anyone. Everything is on social media. I get all my money on social media. So I want to expose him to it on time. Yes, on time, in a clean way, and I'm ready to guide him through it. Do you understand? I have accounts that I've opened for him. Yes, for him, and I'm training him to be good at it, and I'll be there to guide him on it. Do you understand? And not that kind of guy that they did to the girl child that time. They say, and now that you don't dey get breast, if man hug you, you just be pregnant. No, I'm there to guide him, to explain to him what you will see.
Yeah.
Not like you will now hear half truth from me, then you go outside and hear the real truth. Say, they lied to me. No, I'm here to explain to him what you will see on social media, what you should expect on social media, and how best to use it, because I'm using it. It's profiting me. Do you understand? So I'm not, personally, I'm not going to say I am waiting for my child to be 18 to be this before I now tell him there is something called TikTok. There's something called no. In fact, I want the name of my child to be heard on time before me. So that's my own.
Wow, I'm just hearing. I was going to say the opposite of what he just
go
said.
Ahead. You don't
because
have to agree with what he's saying.
yes, but like he said, if I had not listened to him in details as well, I wouldn't have agreed with him. But he made a lot of points that are valid and it makes sense. But there is still a but. I don't think I am ready to expose my kids to that level of social media yet. I have an account for my first child. I'm hoping to open an account for my second child as well. And one of the reasons why I did that was to stop things, just post. It will come in handy, in next 10 years. This was me when I was 5 years old. It will come in handy, But I am in charge of these accounts. I do not want them to be exposed to all these things on time. Yes, I didn't think of showing them the truth, how things can be. I recently just discovered that there are some IT gurus who are making a lot of money, especially with the tap swap. The craze for tap swap. That's when I started seeing so people are really doing so many things. I thought everything on this thing is Yahoo. So we must indeed expose our children to the positive side of life, and especially because of where the world is going to, so that they will not be left behind. But even at that, you must allow children to get to a certain age before you give them full responsibility of things like this. You must guide them.
You know what I'm saying?
I have
some parents will tell you, I'm going to expose my child to social media because there are restrictions where you have to lock some certain areas where the kids will not be able to go to. But let me tell you something. You see these kids that were raising,
they're smarter than you. Exactly.
10 times smarter.
Exactly. So
I understand what you're saying about, opening an account and exposing them to social media in the right way.
Yes.
Where they can also start making their own money.
Yes,
and
understand
that's that. That's like leaving a trust fund for them. Do you understand what I'm saying? But like she said, you have to be. Yes. You have to always,
There's something my sister does, and I think that her kids are all in the university now, and I am borrowing from her their wisdom. Their kids they had access to phone when they were about, I think, SS1. But even at that,
when I was 18,
even at that, it is during the holiday. I've been to their house where school is supposed to resume tomorrow. It was on a Sunday. Like, everybody submit your mommy, I'm coming. Just 2 minutes, mommy. You could see they are all, mommy, wait, and I'm like, and they know that once it's holiday. But guess what? My sister's first son is in the university now, and it was my brother that was telling me, because they play this PS online. There's a way that when somebody is playing game. So he's addicted, he's a football addict. He doesn't play, he played, but he's more of the theoretical part of football, and then my brother was like, do you know that when Temi is in school, especially when it's exam period, he deletes, because he knows that he has deleted the app because he can't control it. So that this child is on first class as we speak, because the parents have guided him. He's used to it. He knows that it's only holiday, so even if he's not without it, they kill him. They kill him because it's how he was brought up. So there's something that's already in his stream, in his bloodline, that he knows that I have to be serious. So how do I become serious? Let me delete this app. When I'm done during the holiday, I'll download it again. We'll continue. So I think with guidance, extreme guidance, and so that they don't get left out at the end of the day as well. They should know what's happening in their time, their generation, their era. But social media is crazy. The disadvantage is more than the advantage for children. So even you as adults, it takes the grace of God. When you're waking up, it's not of you to say good morning, Jesus. You're looking for your phone. You're looking for your phone. So if you, that's an adult that knows right from wrong, is doing that, how much more your child that doesn't have problem in life, So it's very important. You just give them a little time. You can even have an account. You can be helping them to manage it 10, 20 years. But I feel like when the time is right, when they understand better, you can now start saying, okay, you can be exposing them little by little, but just take your time so that they don't get lost in the euphoria of social media.
Okay, so finally, before you guys go, or before we go, do you think there's a different way we can raise the girl child from the male child? Miti.
Oh wow.
Miti.
I don't have a girl child yet. But I think raising a child, it's basically you know what you want from the child, and then you put it in the child. That's I'm trying to think. I think it was which of the philosophers now that talked about the state of mind being the tabula rasa. I think it was Thomas Aquinas. I can't remember now. So it's whatever you write on it that it becomes. So I think raising a girl child, raising a boy child, but it's just raising a good child.
That matters.
Yes, raising a good child. Being there for the child. When the child in different stages of life, being there. As a father, as a mother, just being there. I don't think because it's a girl child, then there'll now be something. Personally, I don't have any issue with gender. Like I told my wife, I want to have 2 children, and that's all.
Whatever
2
gender
children.
you
Whatever
find.
one that comes next, I'm done. 2 children, because that's I'm here now. My parents are in Delta State. What is my gender doing to them now? Is it putting food on their table or doing anything? Immediately I felt it's time to leave. I left them.
You left.
6 of us have left them. They are alone now, doing forever honeymoon with themselves.
Forever
And it's any day that we decide to go and see them, that we'll go and see them. So what's the thing about gender? These children that you're training, immediately they get, sometimes 18, 19, they've left you. So what are you killing yourself? So I'm not particular about any. I don't think there's any special thing that should be done for the girl child, done for the boy child. Just train up a child in the way it should go.
Yes,
train up a girl child or train up a boy child.
And in addition to what MC have said, I think in as much as we should train a child in the way they should go regardless of their gender, I feel like this generation need to do better than our parents' generation. Our parents' generation had a big flaw on the female child. They had a big loop. They made so much mistake with the girl child. They felt that all the training, everything should be the girl child. You are going to husband house. Is the man not going to wife house too? Will he marry himself? He will live with somebody.
That's why we have a lot of young guys now.
I remember growing up. Let me not go there. I remember growing up. I can count the number of times that my brothers wash plates and all. And trust me, today they are lazy. I used to say jokingly, I say when one of my brothers is getting married, we, the family, we would hire a very hardworking help to assist the wife, because this boy is like, you're going to go and kill your wife. We already know the person that we have, and this is because of the upbringing. I by the grace of God, I'm a boy child mom too. My kids are boys, and I'm trying my best to see how they can understand that cooking, house chores is for everybody, and it's a survival skill. Yes, exactly. It's not okay. So it's only a girl that will be clean and nice. Your duty is to use the toilet and not wash it. You will wash it, sir. You will cook. You will fry puff. You will do everything. Not because I want you to be a slave, because our mothers have that mentality. Hey, your wife have turned you to a slave. But it's very important. They learn compassion from that. Yeah. When they grow up, even when they are busy with their jobs, even if their wife are a full-time housewife, they know that it's not easy to do these things. And they come back, they appreciate these women more, because they know that or this thing I dey do am, I know say e no easy. No, but when you just leave everything to the girl child, these boys grow up to feel like they are the king of the universe and every woman bow before my feet. I don't marry you, come this house, you should. That's a wrong mentality. We need to do better for our daughter-in-laws. We need to help them so that even long after we are gone, they will be like, God bless my mother-in-law for training these boys right. So it's very important you teach them that in terms of chores, there's no gender base. You have to do this, you have to do that, and also train your child also to know that people who live in the Western world, they don't understand these things. And that's why a lot of Nigerians who do the jackpot thing, they're having issues there. Because when you go there, you go babysit your pikin, you sit on your child, you go change diaper.
Yes.
So it's strange to them. They're like, hey, but you have to do it. So, we have to open our mind to, things that are happening and how it's affecting the society. Thank you.
That's why I want to add to what you just said now. We have a lot of toxic male out there now, and I'm not missing words now while I'm saying this thing. A lot of people, you ask most of these guys now, what do you look out for in a woman? A woman that can cook. What happens to your hand? What happens to your own hand? Can't you cook?
Everybody wants a proverb. Everybody wants a proverb 31 woman, but they are not proverb 31 men. They don't want to be proverb 31 men. But they want the proverb 31 woman, and if you read the Bible extensively, you find out that what men are expected to do is laying themselves down as a complete sacrifice, as a sacrificial lamb. They say just like Christ loved the church, but they don't want to be the sacrificial lamb.
Like I said, this time we'll end this podcast.
we don't give men those bags.
This is agree what you're saying.
Let's end this podcast. For podcast.
I don't think you say that boxing glove.
No. I'm not done with this podcast. You have already said fine now. How many times? So that I know, come on, Mike. Now go and wear blue glove. But anyway, see, I'm very open to learning. When you sent me a topic, I had some things in my head I wanted to say. There are some things she said. I just, erased those things in my head because I immediately unlearn and relearn. Sharp. You understand? Yes. So when you talk and I see some things I, need to learn, I just learn and then, listen. But so it's been an educative time for me. So I want to thank you for that. But I want to say this, that parents of these days are going through a lot. It's not easy.
Why do you say that?
It's not. No, I because I thought you were going to go that line in your podcast, but since you didn't, so let me. What I'm saying is because you can't compare what the parents of these days are doing with what our parents did.
Yes,
exactly.
It's the routine for that time was very short. Just from school, maybe church, farm,
and then that's all.
Market,
enclosed space.
Yes, the routine now is like
way broader.
And you take your child, school. One day you hear you're going to a birthday party. Who took me to birthday party? You go to birthday party. You go to
what do they call? Bicycle is bicycle day in school.
Yes, today I took my child for career day
in school.
Then they say what they do that one they do in college. Is it college now that they do
career
girlfriend?
Day.
No, that they will carry. No, that they will carry.
Okay, prom night.
Who won't prom you now?
Where you go?
What they prom you now? You understand? So there's so many things. And if you don't prom now, they say one boy will come and carry me or my daughter from my house. Say he's going for prom. My God. So there are many things.
Prom like I'm
no, let's not even go there if I get angry. Because I emceed one prom. I emceed one in town.
You shocked.
That even me that was the MC. If I catch the parents, they paid me so well. That's like the highest pay I ever got to know.
Wow.
Paid me so well. They said that it was the student that looked at my Instagram and that said they wanted me. Do you know they brought me with one superstar, one star from Lagos. What's the name of this guy? One big musical artist in this Abuja. When I entered school, I didn't know that they had that kind of school in this town. if you see the ride that these children came, that thing that they talked about Ghanaian children that were coming in,
That was small.
it's not like
It's happening.
If you saw the cars that these children came with to come and do
I want to
prom,
understand, what's the prom about? Is it like a marriage?
No,
Is it a marriage?
It's like
then they now have their girlfriends, now they're now kissing the other, and I'm the MC. If not that the money they paid.
you for carry belt, the blood person pikin.
So depends on this day that really trying. A lot to do, a lot to,
Too many
you have to be
activities
here.
for the kids.
Yes, you have to be, and then the workload then for the parents were limited.
Yeah.
The workload now is very much, So God bless every parent out there. That's just what I'm saying.
I love that. I love how you ended this. Thank you so much, MC Miti. But before we go, I want you to tell us, you have your show coming up in September.
It's not a parent show.
It's a comedy show,
Yeah, it's a
actually.
comedy show.
And it's happening in Transcorp Hilton. Tell us about it, please.
Okay, so the MC Miti comedy show is a family show happening in Transcorp Hilton on the 29th of September. Of course, it's my show, but I'm not doing it alone. So we are expecting some A-list artists. Let me not, say the names now, but we're expecting a lot of A-list artists that will be coming in from Lagos, Benin, Delta, and then tickets are 5,000 regular, VIP 20,000. We have table for 10, 500, 1 million, and of course 2 million. And the time is 6 p.m. We're trying as much as possible to have the show to be a non-vulgar show, because all my shows have always been non-vulgar, so that you can bring your children along, but of course, that one or two comedians want to just, but just know that from us organizing the show, the show is a non-vulgar show. Yes.
Okay, so tickets are selling, and it's open for sponsorship as well.
very, very
So
open.
please, if you want to sponsor the show, yes, you can reach out to him on Instagram. His handle is going to pop up right beneath the screen. And also for you, Victoria, tell us about your events that's coming up. You have a summit that is coming up soon in August. Tell us about it.
My summit is coming up in August 29, 2024. And it's called Connect Her Network Summit. It's basically just giving women global visibility, empowerment, mentorship, training, and all that. There's going to be big names there as well to help people who are doing well in the entrepreneurship world, to help others who are having one issue or the other, or trying to give up of their business, to help them say, look here, tough times will come, but they don't last. And it's also ticketed, but we are still waiting for our sponsors to give us something so that we can say, look, everybody, fly in, come in for free, because that's, at the end of the day, that's the intention. It's going to be empowerment. The mode of picking those that will be empowered would be known on as social media handle as well. But there's going to be big time empowerment, and it's going to be wonderful.
Interesting. Thank you so much for coming. And please, guys, if you want to reach out to her for sponsorship, like she said, her Instagram handle is going to pop up right beneath the screen, like I said earlier, concerning MC Miti's event as well. Thank you so much, so much for coming. I learned, like Miti said, he unlearned some things. And I also I unlearned to relearn.
Yes.
So, and I hope you guys watching, I hope you guys learned so much today. Yes, even in as much as my podcast is here to entertain you guys, we're also out to educate you guys on a lot of things. And today's episode has been so interesting. I loved it. I love every bit of the conversation, and I appreciate you guys for coming once again. Thank you so much. And if you're watching this podcast, please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. Please, guys, let us grow this community together. And until next time, when I'll be coming your way with another interesting episode, my name is Happiness Eric. See you guys in the next episode. Bye.